This is every single book in my flat that I haven't read. My physical TBR, if you will. I don't think it's too bad. How many have we got? We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. Oh, exactly 30. That is very pleasing. So today, I'm going to use a random number generator to pick one of these books, and then whatever it is, I'm going to read it. Because I want to get through these. I'm a sucker for buying new books, and I want to read the ones I already have. Actually, let me pull out any that are, because I've just realized a couple of these are past here. We're left with 26. We just pick. So I'm going to get a random number generator. So this is going to be 1, this is going to be 26, and whatever it gets, we're going to read. I don't know what my phone is. Random number generator. Can you see that? What is it? 16. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, number 16, Mr. Stephen King with The Long Walk. I'm not mad about that, you know. I am not mad about that at all. Firstly, my copy is very battered because I took it travelling when I went to Indonesia a few years ago. I have read a little bit of this when I was a kid, and because when I was a kid I just never finished books. I don't know, I just never did. But I remember the concept of this is so interesting. It's about these, I want to say there's like 100 boys, I think, and they basically, I remember it being quite a simple concept. It's 100 boys, they go on a really long walk and they have to keep walking, and basically the last one to be walking wins, and if you don't keep walking you're shot. And it's like a psychological thriller, and I'm not mad about this at all. So okay, sick. The Long Walk. Like, I'm happy with this. I'm gonna start reading this now because I'm really excited. I'm really chuffed with this. This could have gone a lot worse. I'm very happy. All right, let's go. So I'm currently reading in my flatmate's room who's moved out. If you're wondering why, yeah, it's a great question. There's no real reason. I just felt like a change of scenery. And because she has no furniture in here, it just feels very bright. I am up to page 123, so chapter 6 of The Long Walk. I am obsessed. It's early days. Well, it's not early. Oh my God. I'm a third of the way through it. I'm actually kind of sad about that. This has the possibility of being one of my new favourite books. Bold statement, early doors, but I'm absolutely obsessed. So, page 123, so far so basically the main character is a guy called Garrity. His mum has brought him to what's called The Long Walk, which is this like televised competition. So it's a dystopian world where this competition takes place, and people like put bets on it. People want to go into this competition. I don't really know why. Like, they haven't really touched on anyone's reasons for why they want to do it. I don't know if maybe they do that later, I'm assuming. But there are 100 boys walking in the competition, and there were also, I think they said there were like reserves or something. I think I read that. So it's like people want to do this, but it's completely voluntary to do the competition, and there's a prize, but they haven't really specified what the prize is, but it sounds like it's kind of like anything you could want. So like you can kind of ask for anything for the prize, I think. But so far, so the main guy, Garrity, has obviously started the walk, and he's basically meeting people along the way. It's so interesting, considering it's not like a crazy like plot twist thriller. Like, there isn't necessarily loads happening, but it is so engaging, like so engaging. And you're like completely in the head of this guy as he's going through this obviously really terrifying thing, and it's obviously not, but it feels like it's real time, like it walks you through everything. But you're seeing like all the different characters, and everyone has like such specific characters, and the characters are really likable, and there's just so many brilliant lines. And yeah, basically I'm really enjoying this so far, and I'm going to keep going because it's a very thin book as well, so I'm like flying through the pages really quickly. I'm reading this a lot quicker than I would normally read, I think. But yeah, really excited. I'm gonna keep going. If you want a character study book, read this. Ow, that hurt. This is phenomenal. It's like, slice of life is not the word, but character development. For example, there's this character called Olsen, who he starts off and I'm like, all right, he's like the villain. He's like the overly cocky, like the boy being that just no one likes. No one wants to be friends with, whatever. And I just kind of was like, okay, he's the villain. And then you get like, just throughout, like I'm already like, oh my god, I love him. I want him to be okay. I don't know if he's okay. He's going through it. I tend to say where I am. I'm up to page 263 to chapter 11. I'm flying through this. I might finish it today. It's very almost like philosophical, talking about like life and the point of living and death, and it's almost lyrical. And I feel like this is so different from some of Stephen King's other books. I mean, I haven't read tons, but the ones I have read, this is very different. And he wrote this under his pen name Richard Bachman, so he obviously wrote it to kind of step away from the horror genre, and it's still got quite graphic elements. There's still bits of it that are quite gruesome, I guess. It's not scary, it's psychological and philosophical, and it's just stunning. The writing's just really beautiful. But yeah, you're really starting to see the characters suffering now. I have lost track as to how many days they've gone. I want to say they've gone around 3 days of walking now. It is quite hard to keep track. I don't know if that's intentional, like they're kind of, you're in the mindset of the walker and you're like losing track of time, or if I'm just a bit thick. I'm gonna take a quick break, but then I'm honestly probably I might try and finish this book today, because it's just, I'm obsessed with this, honestly. It is the next day. I finished this last night. It's so good. It's so good. This has, I think, made its way into my top 5 books ever. That's bold, but I think it's true. It's phenomenal. The ending, I read it and I was like, I went back and read it again because I was like, what? Like, my very, very initial like thoughts was, I was like, what, that wasn't very articulate. My initial thoughts of the ending, it threw me so much because of like really 2 possible endings. It was almost neither, and I was kind of like, what? And I googled it, and Google didn't help. But I think, I guess it's open to interpretation, but I have my own theory of what it meant. I'm obviously not gonna spoil anything, but the ending is just as beautifully philosophical as the rest of the book, and you will fall in love /hate love again /hate again /love again these characters, because they are just, they're such real people. I know they're not real. They're so deeply and complexly, is that a word? They're written with so much complexity that they just feel like friends. I know they're not real and they're not really my friends. I promise I have real friends, but they're just, you follow all these people who are one by one dying, and it's just heart-wrenching, but also so just like, I feel like I'm walking with them. It's to read it. I am so happy that the random number generator picked this. Like, kudos to you, Google random number generator, because you smashed it out of the park. Because I need to do this again because it found one of my favourite books ever. I feel like I have more thoughts, but I can't express them because my main thoughts are just, it's good, which isn't a very interesting video, but it is how I feel. So, in conclusion, read this book. Random Generator really did me solid. And I'm definitely going to do that again because I'm really indecisive as well, so it really helped me make a decision. Because who knows when I would have got to this otherwise. Because this is very much a me thing, but I really put off reading books if the covers are not pristine, and this one is, I don't know how well you can see, but it is bashed to hell because I took it backpacking for a month. And apparently didn't read it, so I really just carried it around with me for a month. But yeah, thank you very much for coming along, watching, reading with me. Well, you didn't read with me, but maybe you did. I don't know. Goodbye.